is terrified. Madeline Rivera has more on the trade war.
As the tariff war grinds on, China is stepping up. On Monday, Beijing issued a new warning telling the world not to make new trade deals with the U.S. or the Chinese government will retaliate with reciprocal tariffs. It comes as China tries to get around the 145% tax on Chinese imports to the United States.
We advocate for.
Oh, welcome on into another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. So today I wanted to talk about what's going on and how the news media, right? You got to pay attention to the underline. Trump is a businessman. He's using the art of the deal in order to provoke his enemy. If you read the book, I advise you guys to read the book. You will understand the play. He's over-exaggerating on all these things. Remember, there were zero taxes. We tax people zero in order for them to spend their money inside of the United States in order for them to send their products and or services to the United States. That's due to change. If you get any percent above 0%, it's a good thing. Art of the deal, it got negotiated. But we see some downside, of course, that's part of the game. But I'm here to tell you guys that just pay attention to what's going on, because just today, April 23rd or April 22nd, yesterday, he announced the fact that he's not going to have a 145% tariff on China. I wonder why. I wonder why it changed of heart, or his heart never changed at all. But let's continue. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification as well. Hit the AirTag EMF protector. It's going to be pinned to the top of the chat. Let's go.
For inclusive and beneficial economic globalization, oppose all forms of unilateralism and protectionism, and maintain that indiscriminate tariffs severely harm normal international trade.
At the same time, China is trying to form closer trade ties with its neighbors and the European Union. But the White House says its tariff policy is already working, and at least 15 countries have approached the U.S. looking to make a new deal.
The president wants everything.
The only thing that they have to do is get a 1 or 2 or 3 deals signed to make the economy look good. And then guess what? The stock market going to bounce back. So I've been telling people, not financial advice, but still invest in the market, dollar cost average. Because one thing I can tell you about the market, right? No pain, no gain. They're lowering down these prices so you can get in. I look at it as an opportunity. A lot of people may not even have this opportunity in their lifetime, right? So you rewind the clock a little bit to say, hey, jump into the market. Apple is low. Tesla is low. Nvidia is low. Google is low. Amazon is low. All of these things you should be paying attention to. Bitcoin, that's another thing, right? And I wanted to explain to you guys the difference between tariffs being inflationary and tariffs being deflationary, right? Short term is inflationary. Long term is deflationary. But we're going to get into that.
Everything on the table. He wants to make great deals for Americans, and exactly where it all ends up will depend on how things are moving.
But the effects of the tariff fight are already being felt. Delivery company DHL announced it's suspending high-value deliveries to the U.S. because of a significant increase in red tape at customs. And business leaders are now urging the Trump administration to move quickly with those new trade deals to end the uncertainty.
There's just a lot of question marks. We don't know 90 days from now when they've revisited the tariffs. We just don't know how big they're going to be.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is scheduled to hold a new round of trade talks with his South Korean counterpart later.
I look at it as if in 90 days, you have 90 days to get your ish together. You have 3 months to get your ish together. And to me, they're going to announce it before 90 days. On my Crypto D.o.g.e channel, I've been telling people the only thing that they're literally waiting on is they're waiting on the Fed to actually cut interest rates. That's the only gameplay. Everything is being done is leading up to that. The interest rates will be cut. China already stimulated their economy. Why aren't the United States stimulating their economy? You get what I'm saying? This is why Trump is so mad at Jerome Powell, because he's like, Powell, what are you doing? I set the play. You didn't read the playbook. You this slow. So you know what? We're going to try to get you up on out of here. Now that's all talk. That's another art of the deal. If you guys understand what's going on, that's all talk. He cannot get Jerome Powell out of here. He will say things to aggravate the people, and I see why he does this. Remember, the media use him and paint him in a negative way, right? If you was a marketing expert and a marketing genius, wouldn't you fall into that category? Why would you be Mr. Nice Guy when they like you being the bad guy, right? So be the bad guy. He's known as being the bad guy. He's going to say whatever he want to say. He's going to say it, but what he does, pay attention to what he does, is something separate. He's going to say all egregious, outrageous thing that make you want to click and say, this man is stupid. What is he doing? Me, I read in between the lines, not the headlines, and I say, this man is a genius. He's playing into the media because the media already show their hands. They show their hands stating that, hey, guess what? We're going to paint you as being negative no matter what the positive things that you do. Okay, excellent. Thanks for telling me how you're going to paint the picture. Now, you guys can be the painters now, the illustrators. You can do whatever you want to do. But behind closed scene doors, you guys don't know that they're talking about doing a lot of deals that's going to bring money to the United States. And of course, it's going to stimulate other economy. But let's go on to, I wanted to show you guys what we're going to read real quick, right? We're going to read real quick. I know you guys don't like reading, but I do. We're going to read real quick, and this is AI generated. What does this state? This states that I asked a question, are tariffs inflationary or deflationary? For the people that don't know what inflationary means, it means prices go up. Deflationary means prices go down, right? Generally, tariffs are considered inflationary because they increase the cost of imported goods, which then can be passed right here, which then can be passed to the consumers. That's why I say you tax the rich, that it is going to pass it to the regular folks. However, some argue that tariffs can also have deflationary. Deflationary, look at the word, effects by weakening the economic activity and dampening the growth, potentially leading to lower overall prices. So at first it becomes inflationary, the price is high, and then you're going to realize everyone's talking about eggs, and eggs is so high, and this, that, the third, right? Eventually eggs going to be lower than it ever been before. Y'all don't see the play. Y'all just read the, y'all just in fear, panic, and in doubt. And when you're in fear, in a state of fear and panic, anything sound good, anything sound like it's the truth, even if it's a lie. Inflationary effects. Tariffs are essentially taxes on imported goods. Importers absorb these costs and they often pass them to the consumers. Listen, importers, so if I'm paying, say for instance, I sell clothes, right? Or I have a store, I'll pay those high prices to get it here. Right? But once it's here, I'm going to upcharge you guys so you guys can be left with the bag, left with paying it. That's just how all businesses do their thing. America is the nation of consumption, right? That's our business module, leading to higher prices. This increase in the price of imported goods can also have ripple effects, increasing the cost of other goods and services that rely on imported inputs. Deflationary effects. Pay close attention. While tariffs can initially raise prices, they can also have a broader impact on the economy. They can disrupt international trade, reduce investments, and lead to a slowdown in economical activity. This slower growth can lead to lower demand and potentially lower prices, creating a deflationary effect, which means the prices go down. Okay, let's go on to the next subject. How you guys feeling today? How you guys doing it? Hopefully you guys having a good day so far. Okay, let's talk about what happened just yesterday. Remember I tell you guys, read The Art of the Deal. You will understand. Trump is just throwing out egregious things that make the media talk more about him, which they're promoting them for free. Right. And then behind the scenes, behind closed door, he's actually coming up with deals and making sure that the United States is going to have some form of income from these guys. Let's continue.
As high as they are now, it's effectively an arb of trade between the United States and China. Do you see that?
That's true. 145% is very high, and it won't be that high. It's not going to.
Listen to what he just said. 144% is what? 45% is very high, but it's not going to be that high. It wasn't going to be that high from the beginning, guys. Pay attention to the game. I'm going to emphasize this one more time. I want to challenge yourself. Go read the book Art of the Deal. Once you read the book, I understand his own game plan. Because he's done this before. He done said it in his book. He's done this before. This is what he do. Let me tell you what Trump does. And a lot of people could say that he's good at this. He found out what you're weak at and then drill into what you're weak at. That's it. He know what China needs. China needs the United States just as much as he know what the United States need. The United States needs China and everyone else. Nothing don't work without each other or one another. So he's playing on those nuances. And the game that he's playing, right, in the very end, he's going to get what he negotiated. You want to know why? Because no one in history have never negotiated on the America's behalf. Everyone is like, okay, that's your price. Okay, that's what we're going to do. No one said, it's like Georgetown. It's like, okay, if I see a pair of shoes that I like, and say, for instance, the shoe may cost $200, $250, $1,000. I might say, look, sir, I got $750. We want it a little higher. Okay, cool. I'll go down to another store and see what they have. Or I just go online and see what they have. Boom. Art of the deal right there. Got you. Ching, ching. No, sir, don't go anywhere. It'd be best for you to get it. We give it to you for $750. Thank you. Come again. That's the art of the deal, because eventually you already know what you're going, the mindset, what you're going in there for, right? So it's no point of panicking. This is actually the greatest time to buy stocks. The greatest time. Only thing I've been doing with my money is buying crypto. I've been buying stocks too, but most of mine, and not financial advice, because I like volatility, right? I'm young. I can take volatility. I like things going up and things going down, right? No diddy. But I can do some volatility, right? I'm playing the crypto game because the gains is going to be, let's not talk about that, right? But anyway, let me know what games you're playing, but make sure that you get some stocks. Make sure that you, even real estate prices, everything is going to go up because this is just the nature of the thing. Now, real estate prices might come down, but as far as equity and what your house is going to be worth and everything else is going to go up. Just watch. Just watch. Give it a year. Give it a year or two. You got to see the side effects of these things.
Going to be that high. It got up to there. We were talking about fentanyl, where, various elements built it up to 145. No, it won't be anywhere near that high. It'll come down substantially, but it won't be zero. It used to be zero. We were just destroyed. China was taking us for a ride, and just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We're going to be very good to China, have a great relationship with President Xi, but they would make billions and billions and billions of dollars a year, and they would build their military out of the United States and what they made, so that won't happen. But they're going to do very well, and I think they're going to be happy, and I think we're going to live together very happily and ideally work together. So I think it's going to work out very well. But no, it's at 145%. They will not be anywhere near that number.
Yeah, I just heard the man. So what does that mean? Like I say, it's all in the art of the deal. He's not going to charge him that much, but best to believe it's going to be more than 0%, which means that he got something out of nothing. That's the point of the art of the deal, getting something out of nothing. What does the United States do? They print money out of what? Thin air, right? Trump just printed money for the United States out of thin air. Thank the man. Thank the man. That's all I'm saying. On that note, peace, blessings, and love. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the beginning. This is not the end. Another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. Remember, y'all know how I like to end it. Positivity over negativity.